could you allow that to happen? So that was when she just hit the
This
button.
picture really meant a lot to her more than I'm thinking.
Everything. This picture was embarrassing. It took everything that she worked on and focused on and exhausted herself on trying to get herself back into being this marriage and motivated in this marriage and completely just put it into the wood chipper, you know? And so this was just her burn book now. You know what I mean? That was like the major picture.
I keep hearing about this burn book in this picture. Is she more upset? Like, is she upset about this picture and she's embarrassed? Or is she more upset about losing her actual marriage? And did she truly love this man, or were there other reasons for her?
I mean, I feel like the relationship was very complicated because there was a lot of different like needs being met, but also at the same time, she did want to have comfort in husband and the idea of family and what this relationship entailed. And I do feel like she has that mindset of like we're in return a relationship, we take care of the relationship. So I feel like this picture just kind of like triggered was the match that burned everything. So she was already trying to like she just saw it as all of her work that she's been exhausted on. It's like dieting for like 3 months and then not losing a pound. You know what I mean? Everything, nothing worked, nothing happened, and that was just it. And I feel like with her, once she's done, she's done. Like she's done. This was the match. The picture was the catalyst. I feel like she is hyper focusing on the burn of the picture, you know what I mean? Then she's focusing on everything else going on in the space of things and the things that are telling her that this isn't he's got a lot of issues. We'll go into him in a few minutes, but like he's got a lot of things that he has to work on and his own personal boundaries and he's got a lot of demons that he's like focusing on too as well. And I don't feel like that he can be a husband right now. Not at least not a good one, you know, and because there was no partnership.
Right.
Yeah.
And this is, I mean, I asked too, because this is, they're both in Beverly Hills. Sometimes people, not to stereotype, and you're from LA, and Beverly Hills care more about, what are the neighbors going to say than like, I'm truly hurt that I'm losing the love of my life or it's over.
Oh, no, absolutely. I feel like it's more like I think if we take out the nature of her, what are the neighbors wearing to like what are they gonna say? That's only a very part of this burn. I feel like it's more of the trigger of I'm losing this love. This love is over. Now he's hurt me. This is actually now I know it's over. And then before everything else, so she's focusing on the burn on a very personal level, where it's just a couple finding out somebody else is already with somebody else and having it so publicly lit up, in the flashing lights of everything, that to her is like even a higher temperature of a burn. So we go from like a first degree to second degree to this is like a third degree. We're not, you know what I mean? This is skin grafts. That's how bad she's burned. But it's not so much focus on what other people are thinking. It's more about the insult to the injury that she's focusing on. So she is kind of internalizing it into a very personal, private matter. Publicly, this scandal's everything. Remember, there's a professionalism to it. So her mind, she's like, "Ooh, this is gonna be good." So I don't feel like she's publicly burned. I feel like it's more personally burned. So that's where it's kind of going into because I feel like she can market this. She can work this angle, you know?
Market this like she is on a show, The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, and she
Yeah,
is coming back, and this is going to
yeah.
be.
Let's add some drama. And drama sells. So professionally, she's like, I'm mortified. Air quotes. I'm mortified. But personally, she's absolutely gutted. Professionally, this is good. So she'll rise from the ashes, burning. So, but lots of
And
smoke right
is she professionally? Because look, there's a lot of talk. There are a lot of pictures of no makeup and picking up the kids at school. And they just went to their son's baseball game like a few weeks ago. They're both dressed in all black. I mean, did they plan this? I don't know. They're not talking. They're social distancing. Like, is there this like, well, sometimes the paparazzi just happen to find out where we are. Whoops, we actually called them. That's how they found out. Do you think
now. Of
there's
course.
that? Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. No, it's turn this into publicity. You know what I mean? And it's not a bad business strategy if you're trying to stay in the public eye. This is none of these divorces or anyone in this area is going to be a quiet thing. So if you're going to have to suffer personally, you might as well sensationalize it publicly if that's where your income comes from. Also, there's money struggles. So what do? We're going to sell this. You know what I mean? So I feel like they both have the idea of, we're going to sell this. Even though I will tell you that that kissing picture was a massive oopsie. Was that staged? No. Was
Interesting.
like, I don't feel like he did this to like throw daggers at her. I feel like that was a very, as innocent as it can be. It was innocent. In his mind, we're separated. We're not together. You know what I mean? We're, co-parenting or whatever we need to do with the kids, but we're not legally bound. I mean, they're legally bound, but they're not bound by communication. Like they've like we're separated.
Yeah.
So he didn't think he was doing anything wrong. It was innocent. It wasn't to hurt her. So we'll take that off thing. I don't feel like he did this to like hurt her at all. I just don't feel like he was thinking that he is. I feel like sometimes he forgets that he's like such a public figure. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
it's just, and so there's times where paparazzi's not called, but somebody else might be in the area that paparazzi is there. And that was a good one. Long lens, short lens. This felt very more close up than far away.
Talk to me about, so you do see financial troubles. I'm not disagreeing with that. They are having financial, but you talk to me about that. Like, what do you see for their financial troubles?
Financial stuff, I keep thinking that they're gonna have to like liquidate some things or get rid of things like property or to try to like settle some grossing debts with things. I feel like might have an issue where money is it's not bartered. It might be gambled just because I see money going away, but it's like risky, but it's not on business. So I do feel like he might have a gambling problem and but he's also in treatment or trying to go to treatment. So I do feel like he's trying to get better about it, but I do feel like he kind of was pretty good on it monetarily for a while, but everything is money with him. Money is what makes him. Like money is what so in his mind, money is what makes a man. Like money is here we are, this is this topic. And so that could be where the gambling addiction comes from because he has an image to keep up and he's very high powered. I definitely feel like he needs some not a doctor, but I do feel like there's some cardiac things going on too, maybe like high blood pressure or something going on vascular. Just because I feel a little hyper extended and tightness in chest. But and that could just be stress too. He could be having a panic attack at this moment as I'm connecting to him, and I'm just like, oh. But yeah, I definitely do feel like he's stubborn, and I feel like his stubbornness gets in the way of business. You know. So
Yeah.
yeah,
I mean, he did
I
have a gambling problem. He had an alcohol addiction too. I think,
know.
I'm not sure
Okay.
where we
Okay.
are with either of those. I think they were under control, but
Treatment.
who
Treatment.
knows?
He's under treatment. I keep hearing that he's going through treatment. You
Does
know.
he, I mean, she filed for the divorce, but that doesn't mean anything. Like, where do you feel for him? Like, does he want this as much as she does?
I feel like he is really kind of taking things on his own things right now. Like he's really putting himself forward with things. And I feel like in a marriage that you can allow that for a little bit to let someone heal. But I really do feel like he's kind of like taking a stance away. And he's also extraordinarily stubborn. So there was a lot of things that they haven't talked about. And this being so she did this and burned. Now we have the burn on him. The fact that she did this without warning, because I